Hey, graphic design. So we are going to do our first little project, and this is going to give me a chance to get to know a little bit more about you. Some of you I know, and some of you I don't. And it's also going to give you a chance to familiarize yourself with Google Drawings if you've never used it before. So if you've never used it before, you can just simply go to Google and just type in Google Drawings. It's just like docs or slides. It'll save all of your work in one place, so you can even add it to your drive or your waffle. So if you don't mess with it, it'll just say untitled drawing. So I'm going to change it to self-portrait because that's what we are going to work on. We are going to create kind of like all of the things about you. So a little bit of an opportunity for me to get to know you. So if you've never used Google Drawings before, this is your template. You can change it if you want to. If you want to change like the layout of it, you can go to document setup. You can go to, page setup, and you can change the size. You can widescreen it, customize it, whatever. I'm good with this size, so I'm just going to go with that. So here's some of the basic things that you can do in Google Drawings. So you can just, like in docs, you can create like your own, basic shapes or, more detailed shapes, which is kind of nice. And, if I just wanted to have like a plain background, I could create just like a square shape, and then I could fill it with whatever color I wanted. Or if I wanted to get a little bit fancier, I could, instead of a color, I could just use like a gradient, which is kind of fun. Just kind of play around with something a little bit. I can even customize that gradient if I want to. So, this is fun. So I can change the gradient. I can change like the angle of the gradient. I can change the color of the gradient if I want to. So let's see. I'm going to choose like a turquoise color. That's pretty. Okay, so you can play around with that a little bit and make, what you want to make. Other things we have going on. So I can do like different like borders if I want to. So I could like make my outside border a lot thicker. And I can also change the color if I want to anything that I want. Make it thicker. I can make it, dotted or dashed if I wanted to, just kind of different things you can do. Of course, just like docs, you can add, text and all of that. Now, where I actually think that Google Drawings is better is where you come into some of the other things you can do. You can draw with it. You can create different shapes and whatnot. We'll get into that a little bit later. But what I like to do is I like to put different things together using Google Drawings. So if I go to Insert, I can add a shape or text box or, whatever, chart, diagram. But another thing that I can do is put images together. And I think that Google Drawings works really well for that and much better than Docs. You ever notice when you're working in Docs how like everything's real blocky and it's like hard to arrange and the background's choppy and it doesn't work well? So I really like Google Drawings for that reason. So I can put things in from my own computer or my camera or, my drive, but I can also just search the web. So this is supposed to be about you. So I'm actually not going to use this gradient background. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do like an outside scene because I really like to be outside. So because it's winter, I'm going to do a winter scene. And then we're going to be using pings for this instead of JPEGs because they're transparent. So I'm going to type in ping. So every time you search for something, make sure you add that PNG at the end. All right, let's see. And I don't specifically like winter. I actually like fall best, but since we're in winter right now, I am just going to roll with it. That one's kind of fun. So just like anything else, guys, you can, resize it, or like if it doesn't meet your needs, you can crop it to the size of what you're working with. Get rid of that. I don't remember where that came from. So I'm going to drag it over my template. And then I'm actually going to crop it because this is a little bit more of like a widescreen image and my template isn't. So if you haven't ever used the cropping tool, it's fabulous. So I can use this guy right here, and I'm just going to bring in and crop out my image using this black frame and hit enter. And now I'm just going to resize it just a little bit more, and then it should work as my background. Sometimes it just takes a quick minute. Okay, probably need to crop a little bit more, but I'm going to roll with it just in the interest of saving time. So this is my background. Now I'm actually going to put myself into this, and that's optional. If you want to create a Bitmoji of yourself, you definitely can. I know a lot of you probably have your own Bitmojis. If you want to, you can just search Bitmoji. I already have mine in as an extension, but this is the Bitmoji. You can just search it, and then you can go to extensions and search for Bitmoji and add. But as you know, I enjoy making Bitmojis. Now, I think I'm going to do a yoga one because I really like to do yoga. Perfect. Oh, and I love lotus flowers, so that's even better. So I'm going to do a lotus flower. I don't know how this extra, I'm not feeling this border. I get rid of, oh no, I got rid of my background. Oh well, we'll come back to it. Okay, so I've got this lotus flower. I really like yoga. I love lotus flowers, so that is perfect for me. Other things that I love coffee. So if you ever had me in class, you probably know this. So I'm going to do coffee ping. Oh, misspelled coffee. Awesome. Yes. So I'm going to do, I have a little coffee cup. Now, if you ever, get an image and you notice that there's like a white background, then that's not a transparent image. And we don't want that because it makes your pictures look like they don't really go together. So you're always wanting that clear image while you're working. Okay, she's got to have her coffee, right? Okay. Other things that I love the moon. I love to photograph the moon. I think it's amazing. So I'm going to definitely put in a moon ping. Gotta have my moon. So oops, that has a background. See, don't want that. Let's see, I need a ping. I'm going to try this one because I don't like the color, but I want to show you guys something that you can do if you want to recolor something. So I'm going to use this one. I think that color is actually kind of cool, but because we're learning about Google Drawings, I'm going to show you something. Okay, so if you want to change an image a little bit, you can click on it, and I have this like highlighted option around it, so I can go to Format Options. And I can actually do some things here. So I can change the size, I can change the position. We already knew that. But some of the cooler things I can do are create recolors, adjustments, drop shadow, and reflections, which you maybe didn't know. So if you've never used this before, this is kind of handy. So I'm going to actually change it to I'm going to change my moon, not to red. I'm going to change it to black and white. Yes, that's much better. Some other things I can do just because we're playing around, I can add like a reflection. So that's kind of cool. I can also make something more see-through, like to see how the reflection's more see-through. I can change the moon itself, so I can make the moon more see-through if I want to. I can change the brightness of it. Whoa, too much. Or the contrast, kind of like I'm editing a photo. So those are kind of handy to use. I can make a drop shadow. Probably wouldn't in this case, but kind of fun sometimes to make something look 3D. So you can kind of see the drop shadow there on the moon, but good thing to play around with. I can blur the drop shadow. That's kind of cool. Actually, maybe I'll leave that. That's kind of neat. So just some things that maybe you didn't know were accessible to you that you can play around with. I think I'm going to get rid of the reflection though, but cool thing you can do. Okay, so since I accidentally got rid of my, not really feeling my border. Oh no! Edit, undo. So make a mistake, no back, you can edit, undo. Not really feeling my border, so I think I'm actually going to make that transparent, not really feeling it. Okay, so let's see. We have me, and I like yoga. I'm really into working out. I've got my coffee. I've got my moon. I think I'm going to go back for that background. So you may say like, oh, what am I going to do? You know, I already have this stuff in it. How am I going to push it back? So we're actually going to show how you can switch around your layers. So I'm going to search from the web, and I'm going to do, I actually like fall best. So I'm going to do a fall scene. Now you can put yourself in a room, outer space, you know, whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, because this background is about you. Not really seeing anything I feel right now. I'm going to try fall trees. Sometimes it's all about the wording of what you search. Let's try mountains. I like mountains. Lovely. Okay, I'm going to put myself in mountains. Now, what am I going to do? Because my mountains are in front of my person, and that's problematic. Well, one of the great things that you can do in drawings that makes it powerful is that you can rearrange things. So if I double click this layer, I can go to order, and I can send it backward, which just sends it back a step, or I can send it all the way to the back. So I'm going to send it backward a few steps because I don't want it behind my background, my shape. So I think I'm going to send it, I need to keep going because I need it behind me. So I'm going to, and see now I could bring it forward, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to send it backwards again. There's the coffee cup, and I'm going to keep going here. And there I am. So now I have what I need that works. And now that I think about it, I think it'd be kind of cool to make this shape a different color. I think I'm going to do almost like, I guess it doesn't make sense, the moon, but I think it looks cool. So I'm going to do like maybe like a sunset situation. Maybe I'll play with my gradient a little bit more. Ooh, maybe I'll do that and make like a sunset. That would be cool. Anyway, okay. So I've got my moon. I've got my sunset. I've got my lotus flower, my yoga, my coffee, my mountains. I also really love art, and I love to read. I love my family. So some other things I might put in there would be like a photograph of my family, perhaps, maybe in a frame, or I might put, pencil in there. Ooh, maybe I'll put a pencil in my other hand. That's a good idea. I love to draw. And see, that's the fun of it, guys, is there is no like right or wrong answer here. You get to do whatever you want. So it's okay if it's kind of weird or silly or goofy. You can make it beautiful. You really get to, do whatever you want. If you've never used this, guys, remember you can rotate and also size down. So I'm going to make it look like I'm actually holding the pencil. Oh, no. So, and that's the whole point, is I want everyone's to look different. I want everyone's to be unique to them. So, don't worry if yours looks different from everyone else's. The main thing that I'm looking for, sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. The main thing that you're looking for here is to explore a bit with Google Drawings, learn some new things, and be able to put images together. Okay, so I've got my pencil and my coffee and my lotus flower. I might make that bigger. I'm going to continue to play around with it a little bit. But some of the things I want you guys to remember, our crop tool that we talked about, shapes. We talked about inserting different images and using pings. We talked about format options with those images. We talked about borders. We talked about changing like colors and gradients, all that good stuff. So anyway, I want you to create your own self-portrait. Feel free to actually include yourself, or it can just be stuff about you, things you're interested in, things you like to do, things you care about. I'm going to finish mine and post my example for you guys in Classroom. So we're going to be starting this on Monday, and then we'll finish it up on Wednesday. So remote learners, this will be due for you at the end of the day on Wednesday. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And that's it, guys. I will see you later.